I'm back at the Ashtead Record Fair. Join me as I go around the fair and try and seek out some rare bargains, and we're going to speak to dealer Dave. Let's go. Right, so back at the Ashtead Record Fair. Got a little present for Dave for helping me in this week's episode. This month's episode. It's free to park at the Ashtead Record Fair. Don't know what delights I'm going to get this week. Let's start here. What's this? Bananarama, Cruel Summer. Okay. Teddy Pendergrass, was that? Flock of Seagulls. Wish it. Now, I actually like Flock of Seagulls, so don't criticise me. Well, you can if you want. Heaven 17. Don't forget, on the channel we've got this interview, which I think you might be interested in if you like Heaven 17. I'll put a link in the description. There's the Police, Prince. Okay, these are all different prices, these 12 inches. 8-4. Slave to the Rhythm. I think she's gigging again, I saw. Okay. Duran Duran Classic Nouveau, was that? And there's the old picture discs. Let me know in the chat your best picture disc if you've got one. The Lotus Eaters. What's that? Tears for Fears. House Martins. More Bananarama. And more. Oh, goodness. Pogues. Peekaboo. Devo. Soft Cell, that's Torch, isn't it? Boomtown Rats. Spandau Ballet. Duran Duran. Or is it Duran? I think it's Duran in the film, isn't it? And there's the Style Council. I call it Duran Duran, but I think in the film it's Duran. I could be wrong. Let me know in the chat if you know. There's experts out there that know better than me. What's this? Frankie Valli, Four Seasons. Sinatra, Vangelis, Joan Armatrading. Does anyone actually... James Galway, was that? Olivia Newton-John. Okay, this is the £3 sale box. Johnny Cash. Lindis Fantastic. Okay, Roger Chapman. Oh, goodness. Oh, look at that. Okay, Peter Frampton. I'm in You. Charming. Mike Oldfield, and okay, so there's some quite interesting stuff in this box, isn't there? Okay, Gershwin, Four Seasons. Okay, Four Tops, Johnny Cash, and there's Rod Stewart. Okay, Blondes Have More Fun. I'm going to try and find some more Rod Stewart, because we haven't had enough Rod Stewart on the channel, I don't think. Okay, Crush, Shalimar, Status Quo, more Shalimar, and that's Mike Tyson, wasn't it? Okay. Oh, hang on, we've had that one. Oh no, it's Full Force. They did Alice, I Want You Just For Me, I seem to remember, which back in the day was one of my favourites. I used to love that. Okay, and there's Wild Thing by the Jogs. Is that the one that Oliver Reed reissued? Don't know. And look, Betty Boo. Where are you, Betty? Now, I must say, back in the day, I used to love Betty Boo, so that's something else. You can. Here we go. Here's the Rod Stewart stuff. Okay, so there's Blondes Have More Fun. Okay. Is there any more Rod in here? Oh, hello. He's copying the old Elvis cover there, isn't he? He's wearing black on red on the front, black on the back. Okay, that's Atlantic Crossing. Hang on, we've had that one already. Okay. Oh, did you see that in the background? Top of the Pops. In the last episode, we featured the Sam Fox cover, as you probably know, which someone in the chat actually said it's very, very rare, and it's very, very rare on cassette as well. So what's this? This is number 34. So, friend, here it is. You've given us grey hairs trying... Oh, I didn't read it in time. There's enough Top of the Pops there. Dr. Love, Daddy Cool. Some of these had posters in them back in the day as well. You could actually start collecting these, couldn't you? Because they're really cheap. Well, apart from that Sam Fox one. And have a little Top of the Pops collection. Oh no. The best of Top of the Pops. Giant free pin-up inside. Knowing Me, Knowing You. Angelo, I Feel Love. Oh, I bet I Feel Love. I bet that's an awful version, isn't it? I wonder if the poster's in it. Let's have a quick look. Is the poster in it? No poster. No. Is it? Hang on. No. No poster. No poster. But it is in the sale box, isn't it? So that's it. Gino Washington. Look at that cover. Gino Washington and the Ram Jam Band. Sad Cafe. That Sad Cafe, I can only think of one song they did. Everything Hurts Without You. What's this? The Moog. Everything You Always Wanted to Hear on the Moog. I don't think it is. Were You Really Afraid to Ask? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I bet that's a shocking listen. Oh, hello, what's this? Henry Winkler, The Fonz, Sit On It. No, the Fonz is not taken to singing on this album. He's chosen 20 great hits. And what's this bit here? The last track on side 1 is an impressionist track containing the sayings. Oh. Like Sit On It. And then that's the theme from Clockwork Orange, which is used on the beginning of Zig Zig Sputnik, Love Mr. F111, which the last episode on the channel was a special. Let's see if we can chat to Dave.
Let's go. Let's go. Alright, here we are, back in the alley, ladies' toilet, don't need that, now here we go. Yes! Lights, action. Oh. Right, so we're back in our favourite room, not in the kitchen.
Not in the toilet.
Not in the toilet, we are in the classroom. Dave is ready to give his sermon, lecture. And this is a very off-the-cuff episode, isn't it?
This is very much so.
So let's just talk about the last episode, which you haven't seen yet. It's the fastest growing Dave episode on the channel.
God.
It's been watched by, well, over 380 hours, which is the equivalent of 15 days non-stop.
Bloody hell.
And we've had 22 new subscribers.
Dear road. But none of them are a Hollywood producer.
No, unfortunately not. And I did pay you today for your time.
Thank you.
And
it will go down very well.
yeah, it's white wine, not red. I do apologise.
Right. So, the theme today is the price of collectors' records.
The price?
Yes.
Right.
The up and down of prices for collectors' records.
Right.
Now, in my short tenure of being a self-opinionated expert on this podcast type,
Dealer Dave.
some of the criticisms that have been levelled at me have been, what sort of planet is he on?
Oh.
Is he not all there?
What, from our viewers?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're
Right,
like that.
which is a fair comment. I mean, I can take it all day long.
Yeah.
What I'm going to talk about now is the perception that records of a certain age and records by recognised prominent artists are still, and I use the word in inverted commas, still worth money. Now, the problem for a record dealer buying records off the general public is the general public's perception of how much a record's worth. They see something on the TV, they read something in the paper, and they automatically assume that they've got that particular record, right? Now, you take, for instance, the Beatles record, for instance. Take, for instance, their first album, Please Please Me.
Yeah.
Now, I think I've shown you in the past, the very, very, very first issue of the Beatles' first album on the very, very first label, which was a different label to all subsequent releases.
Right.
A mint one is anything about £10,000. Right? A reissue, brand new reissue of that same record, playing the same music, but in a different issue, came out 30, 40 years later, is worth about 20 quid.
Yeah.
Now, the perception is to some people,
It's the same.
they've got that record.
Yeah. Well, they've got that record, but they haven't got the rare record.
Right. So that's one of the things you have to get across to people. And so I know it sounds patronising, and I apologise for that. But people, they read something, or they get a guidebook, or they go online. I mean, the online now can be so full of misinformation that throw people completely. But the other aspect of prices of records today is that a lot of the stuff that was issued in the 50s and the 60s, that market has stagnated and, if anything, dropped off.
Dead.
To almost nothing.
Dead.
Now, when I first started buying and selling records, I think the first record fair I did was about 1983, 84. I always use this expression. I would have stabbed people in the back for certain records.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the big thing at that time was rock and roll.
Yeah.
You know,
Bill Haley.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee Lewis, but often as well the lesser lights of the rock and roll strata. So that was the big thing, and then it moved into the 60s stuff. Obviously, the Beatles, the Stones, the Kinks, the Who, Hendrix, all that sort of stuff. But the market has moved on from them as well. Mm-hmm. So the big market today is you can still sell like 60s psych, some of the rare 60s beat stuff. 70s stuff is okay to a point, but then the big market, I think I've said this before, is the 90s and the naughty stuff.
Yeah, the ones that didn't impress many.
Right, when they didn't impress many, most of the recorded music during that period was essentially on CD.
Yeah.
So I think ballpark figures, it would have been something like 5% of recorded music came out on vinyl.
Yeah.
So that is why the big market is. Today I was lucky enough to sell a Blur album on vinyl, and it was obviously far in excess of what you'd pay.
So you can't moan that you didn't sell anything this week.
Yes, well, the last fair was pretty poor.
Yes.
But it's like everything else. You can't.
It can't be good every day.
No, you can't do good every day. So whoever walks in the door, if you got their stuff.
How much did you sell it for?
£2.50. £250.
£2.50.
250 quid.
250
Right,
quid
yes.
for Blur.
For a Blur album.
You'd have to pay me £250 to listen
No.
to it. I'm not sorry, Blur fans, but.
So what I'm going to show you today,
Here we go.
I'm going to show you 5 classic records.
Cool.
These are all originals.
Yeah.
All original records, right? That 20 years ago were highly sought after.
Right. And today?
But the problem is, when you get a record come on the market and it gets big money, the grapevine or a magazine article or sometimes even a TV comment, an extremely rare record, suddenly they start appearing at the woodwork. Mm. So that record, ballpark figure, so that record got £1,000. And then subsequent records, the first few that have come out probably would maintain that stand. But then subsequent, then it goes to 700, 600, 500, because they cease to be rare. Everybody sees that. I thought, oh, I've got one of them. Now,
So what you're saying is, they're rare because they're scarce on the market,
Yes.
and then they come on the market, and then they're not rare anymore. And it probably is that because the people who owned them have died and the collection have been sold.
There's
It's
some-
that, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of that, Paul, and you know, some of the auction houses that we perceive to be leaders in the vinyl market, they are now attracting those sort of people where they've inherited a collection
Yeah.
from their father or their uncle or whatever.
And they've got no interest in it, so
They've
they
got
just
no
move it on.
interest, they just throw it into an auction, and as a consequence, these records are becoming more and more common. Now, I think I've told you this before. My big thing was always 60s soul, 60s pop, 60s beat. That was always my abiding passion. Now, back in the day, there's certain records I wouldn't have seen from one year to the next. Those records I am now seeing, frighteningly, on a fairly regular basis.
Is that what these are?
Well, this
is
coming on
examples.
to that. Yeah, these are examples.
Right.
Now, the first one is The Who.
Right.
Right, The Who, My Generation. This is the original copy.
Brunswick.
Right, and this is a particularly nice copy as well. The sleeve always gets a little bit handling wear, but the vinyl on that is really, really nice. And you don't see that in particularly good nick. You don't, it got played.
Yeah.
It was a record that got played.
Yeah.
Now, a mint one of these 20 years ago, 400 quid,
Really?
right? If you got a record today that is absolutely like the day it was made, right? If it, and
Let's talk about this one.
I'll emphasise that expression again. If it was like the day it was made, and they do exist, because what a lot of people did back in the 60s, a lot of people, especially if you was in the classical field or the jazz field, they were the only people really that could afford proper stereophonic equipment, right? So they would go out and they would buy the record. They would probably play it once or several times. What a lot of them did, they had reel-to-reel tapes.
I'll make copies.
So they used to tape them, and those records used to go into their collection,
Yeah.
and they never came out again.
Yeah.
Right, so they do it. These records do exist in that condition, but they are rare as hen's teeth.
Yeah.
Right, most of these records got played, and most of these records got played on very, very substandard equipment,
Bad styluses.
like downset record players.
The things that come down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of these never survived in good condition. Now this is a really nice copy, and you'd probably get half of what you got
200.
20 years ago.
200.
It's still a lovely, lovely copy. Now this is only, my figures are just my own personal experience. So once again, I'm open to criticism.
Yeah, we'll look forward to the comments in the chat.
Right.
Abuse, we call it. Let's have a look at the back of it. Okay.
I mean, the back's never got laminated, so you invariably got
A little bit.
You've really got a little bit of.
I actually saw The Who.
Yes, I've seen them several times.
I saw them, Tommy, in the 70s.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, my mum took me.
This is another example.
Right, Rolling Stones, Let
It
It
Bleed.
Full colour poster? Is that in there?
Yeah, there is one.
Let's show the audience that. They love all that.
I've left a record in the thing.
Your stall is being looked after by your lovely wife.
Yes,
so
she
if
is.
anyone's worried that while he's here, people are, oh,
I mean, this stuff comes with the original poster. And as you can see, there's no pin marks, there's no sellotape,
yeah.
so it's never been on a wall. Now, once again, they're sold in very healthy quantities.
And talking about the record player, look, it's actually, it's got a tyre
Well,
in it.
you know who made that cake?
Go on.
Delia.
Delia?
Smith made that.
No.
Yeah, she's famous. She's famous for doing that cake for that sleeve.
Has she got a credit on the back?
I think she. No, I don't think she has.
Licensed by, sleeve printed. Hang on, see if there's something here. This stereo record player, mono equipment, no. Okay.
But she's famous for making that tape.
So when was this released?
Uh,
Late 60s?
Yeah, hang on.
So Delia Smith was well known cake-wise, or was this what made her famous?
This is 69. That's 69.
See, because Delia Smith became famous in the 70s, didn't she, really?
Yeah, I mean, she was at the start of her career. So,
And look at the band there, look at them.
So, if you got the sticker, which is important,
Yeah,
bizarrely, if you got the poster, that's essential,
yeah.
right? And if you got a nice copy, the irony of this record is, it obviously came out in stereo and mono, even though 1969 was very late for mono records.
Yeah.
That did come out on mono. The mono, because by 1969 a lot of people did invest in stereo equipment. Most of these records got sold in stereo form.
Yeah.
So strangely enough, the mono version is slightly more attractive and will cost you slightly more than the stereo. Mainly because of the rarity value.
So what would this go for today? What would this go for?
Well, I've seen these go for ridiculous money these days. I mean, it's about 150 quid. I've got to emphasise, these are really nice copies.
Right.
Right, so 150 quid, you would have got double that. You would have got double that.
What, 10 years ago?
10 years ago.
Right.
You would have got double that.
Right.
Now, this is a classic. This is a classic record.
The Artwoods.
The Artwoods, Ron Wood of the Stones, his brother there,
That's him, isn't it? Ron Wood's the drummer, isn't he? Isn't Ron the drummer?
I've got my glasses.
Ron Wood's the drummer, isn't he? Oh no, Ronnie Wood's the guitarist.
Yes, of course he was.
He's there.
Yeah, that could
With
be
the
Ron.
shades.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting confused.
Right.
Who's the drummer?
Well, life confuses you anyway.
Well, of course he does. The drummer, he died recently, didn't he, the drummer?
Anyway,
Get confused.
this is a classic record, right? It's a rare record in its own right anyway.
Yeah. He's got a fag in his mouth, Fleur.
Yeah, well, of course. Derek Gurr back in the day. This is a rare record, period. Right?
Yeah.
It's a rare record period, and it's in it's in lovely, lovely condition. Right? You would have got 750 quid for that all day long.
Blimey.
All day long. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that would have flown out the door. It's that rare, and it's that good a record as well. It's a pretty good record.
I've never seen it.
You'd be lucky to get half that today.
Really? Let's have a look at the back.
You'd be lucky to get half that today.
So it's Decca. So was this... It's got someone's name there. So was this prior to the Stones or during?
Oh, yeah, not much.
So this was
That's
his...
1965.
So this is his first band. Who are these characters? Do we know?
That was his first band.
Let's see if it says who they are. Stumped off Artwoods. Part-time hobby, play music. Let us all be as one, Two or Frogs and Loon. Okay. Don't know what that
I
means.
think John Lord was on it. Was he in this band as well, John Lord?
It doesn't actually say.
No, I'm right.
Go on.
John Lord, who went on to be in Deep. So he must have been the drummer.
Right, with the fag in his mouth.
So he was, he went on to form early part of Deep Purple, didn't he? So anyway, so I hope you get what I'm saying. I won't go into too much over these two. That's a highly sought after
Odyssey
album.
Oracle.
Odyssey and Oracle. It's by the Zombies. It was their psychedelic album.
It looks psychedelic.
A lot of people got. It didn't get particularly well received. It was a bit whimsy. I think the expression is
Whimsical.
whimsical. It
Whimsical.
was all a bit wimpy. I think it's a good album.
Here we go. Believing this and laying with the fruit and nuts from the Orient, we descend upon CBS chieftain Derek with the smile and charm extracted, astonished the finance necessary to compose, arrange and perform and produce a cover of our LP ourselves. This is the result. Okay.
But you know that album was highly sought after once upon a time.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there's still people out there looking for it, but will they pay the money?
How
once
much?
again,
How much is that?
once again, this is a stereo copy,
Right.
which once again, regarding the coming back to the Stones album, it's not as sought after as the mono one.
Right.
It's all about preferences and personal choices and stuff. So, once again, even the stereo, that was a £700 album.
Good grief.
You'd be lucky to get four for that today.
And what are you doing it for?
Well, I'm doing it for slightly more than that, but
$450. $450.
But that's just another example of how highly collectible records of 10, 15 years ago that was attracting good money have suddenly
Tumbled.
and stagnated. Of course, there's
Hendrix.
one of the big heroes, Hendrix. This is his first album.
Let's go around here like this.
Now this is quite interesting because it is in mono. This one is in mono, and more importantly,
Oh,
it's got an insert
with the lyrics.
that always gets lost on this album.
Does it?
Always gets lost. I mean, you do see it, but you see more without that insert than you do with the insert.
So that was his first album,
Yeah,
his debut.
I think it was his first album. Of course it was. 67. It would have been, wouldn't it? So, that was £500 back in the day. You'd be 300, 350 at the tops. But that, I think I'm not using this as a public service broadcast, but I think if people can look at these records and use them as examples of records that are still in the public perception of being big money, right? When they used to attract a lot more money than they do today. And that, I've just used this as 5 examples, but there's a whole genre of music now from the 50s, and there's still little pockets of interest. It's still a niche market for rock and roll, still a niche market for doo-wop, still a niche market for early R&B. There's still a niche market for all that, but they're not extensive. It's not widespread. So it's all about supply and demand. If the demand's not there, then obviously the value goes down. And these are a perfect example now. I mean, don't forget, a lot of this stuff has been reissued several times.
Yeah, I've never seen that cover.
Really?
No. Well, look at that. So it's like a gatefold. Gatefold one, isn't it? Well, this has been interesting, and thank you for doing it without
Cheers, mate.
pre-notification.
I just wanted to do it because the pricing thing and the cost of records and this and the other. I just wanted people to know, people that don't necessarily inhabit this world of ours of record collecting, that they pick up a book, they pick up this, that and the other from 20 years ago and go, that was worth so and so. It's not necessarily the case today. The market's moved on. I mean, you got rock and roll back in 40 years ago. The people who were buying rock and roll then are probably dead.
Yeah. Now,
they're probably dead. They're in their 80s and 90s.
I was at a car boot sale in Epsom earlier, and I overheard a chap talking about, he went in his loft and he found a first edition of Harry Potter.
Oh.
And the guy went, oh my God, the first edition of Harry Potter's, there are so many of them, they're not actually rare. They're not as rare as people think. And I know it's not the same. And then actually, while we're talking about that, I have set up another channel.
Have you?
Yeah, which is me going around car boot sales. Okay. Ooh. Britney Spears. Take 50p on Britney.
I'll tell you what, for £1,
Yeah.
I'll sing you a song.
Pound?
Yeah.
Jim? I thought you said gin. There's a CD that's missing. I said they're more valuable if they're missing. They're more collectible.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you buy something empty,
Yes.
you can always fill it with something.
Replace it with a different CD that you
Right.
actually prefer. Yeah.
Or put something else in it.
Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart, got lost in the game. Ooh.
So if anyone's interested, I'll put a link in there. I don't really talk about records. Occasionally they're featured, but generally it's other stuff. But it's quite funny. It's a totally different audience and demographic, so probably you're not going to be interested. But if you are, I'll put a link in the description. But anyway, it's been interesting. You've had a good day then. You sold the...
Yeah, I sold
The Blur.
I sold the Blur album, and I sold a few bits and pieces.
Did you?
So it was darn sight better than the last time I was here.
Yeah.
In fact, Warren approached me this morning.
I bet he did.
Warren, the organiser,
Yeah.
and he said that because of my negative review.
Oh no! Last thing you said, last episode you said you had a good day.
Yeah. No, he was quite humorous about it, but
Yeah.
he said that perhaps I should big the fair up.
Well,
and
you've done that today, haven't you?
not bigging it down.
You've done that today. No, the Ashtead Record Fair is very well worth attending. It's always busy. It's always busy. But yes, this has been a very interesting episode. You finished your tea. That's
I've
good.
done things my teeth.
So we'll catch you on the next one. Oh, hang on, let's get there. Catch you on the next one. Cheers, Dave.
Right, just before we wrap up this episode, let's have a look at this this box as price tourist. That's Annie Lennox, isn't it? I remember So Good to Be Back Home. That was a good one, wasn't it? What's this? Oh, I know what this is. Paul McCartney. There we go. It's a 1993 promotional CD sampler. It was immediately withdrawn. It was withdrawn because you look on the right, it's discoloured, so it's withdrawn. Since your copy in the photos, a £1 price tag is absolute steal. There you go. I'm going to have that for £1. See, you can get bargains at the record fair. Don't you worry about that. And that was the help of AI. And I actually work in AI now. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the show with your friends, and see you next time.